Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patric Young and Terry Norvelle.
In fact, happy hour. 4 o'clock whistle has blown, and hopefully you're getting out of the workplace, heading to a fun little happy hour near you. Be careful, streets are wet out in and around the Jacksonville area. Terry Norvelle will catch up with Patric Young here momentarily. This is week 2, as we start week 2 of the Young and Norvelle Show in our new happy hour time slot right here on Action Sports Jax. Busy show planned. It should be a good one. You can be involved as well via our chat line. Feel free to drop us a chat off of the platform that you are enjoying the show, and we'll try to read some of those bad boys as we go. That'll make you a part of the show. Well, finally, we are so excited. A lot of stuff to get out today, but at the top of the show, want to welcome a brand new sponsor to the show as we welcome Patric Young in. He looks dapper with his Gator shirt. Patric, we finally have a Taco Tuesday sponsor. Our Tuesday show location is now sponsored, and starting next Tuesday, we'll be on location every Tuesday at Hurricane Julington Creek. Hurricanes in Julington Creek. And Patric, we welcome you. And you may be wondering, some of the people watching, well, Hurricane Grill and Wings, of course they're known for their wings, but do not sleep on the taco selections they have. I'm going to go over it. I want to thank Josh Perry and the entire gang out at Hurricanes Julington Creek as they have taken our Tuesday location, and we are really, really excited every single Tuesday making a visit into Mandarin, the heart, deep Mandarin out there by the Julington Creek Bridge, and it's going to be fun. I was out there today doing some site survey stuff, and good group of people. I've been out there several times on my own. I've got a group of buddies that hang out. That's kind of their spot, if you will. Hurricanes Julington Creek will join our family, and we want to thank those folks. I'll go over all these great tacos and just all the stuff they have. Fun place, good community hangout place for people in and around that Mandarin, Julington Creek area. Stuff to get to today. We hope to hear from Brent Beard about 4:20. We'll have a lot of college football / SEC talk today on the program, and also Major League Baseball talk. Cade Kistner, hopefully he's the one, our Sports Illustrated baseball publisher, who is kind enough to talk Major League Baseball with us a lot during the history of this show. He's been with us a long time. We're going to try and get up with him. He's supposed to be at the All-Star game, and we'll talk to him about 5:20. But, boy, he has been in and around that Houston area is where he lives at. And, they just went through that hurricane. And he had very, very spotty service last week. We hope to hear from Cade Kistner. So, Brent Beard, SEC College Football Talk, 4:20. We'll do a lot of that as day 2 of the SEC Media Days is full underway right now. And then 5:20, let's talk some baseball. But we've got a lot of other things to get to today on the program. We'll also, as we did yesterday here on the program, we'll try and give some breakdowns, some thumbnail looks at the 4 teams, the 4 programs that were are highlighted today in Dallas at the SEC Media Days. Georgia, Kirby Smart did address the driving stuff, and he went head on with it, no pun intended, head on. Georgia, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Missouri. We'll get into what we think and talk to Brent Beard about what he thinks kind of an outlook for each of those 4. The Gators tomorrow. Billy Napier and the Gator contingent will roll into Dallas tomorrow. So that's some of the other stuff we'll get to today on the program. Brandon Ayuk, kind of a quick note from the NFL. Ayuk has come out and said that now he's almost demanding a trade. Ayuk and the 49ers have been going back and forth, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but boy, the wide receiver position in the NFL has officially taken over. It's the diva position, and it's the get paid position. I mean, the wide receivers, they're not quarterback money yet, but I mean they're nudging into tackle money. The quarterback, the blindside tackle, the wide receivers, get after the quarterback guys. It's kind of a pecking order, and don't tell that to the running backs. who and the fullbacks, for God's sakes, that are just about non-existent. But Brandon Ayuk kind of grumbling, and he's been grumbling a lot of the offseason. It'll be interesting to track that and see what happens with that. Patrick will be back here in a few minutes, he said. Something popped up. Did he even say hi? Did Patrick, was that a drive-by? He had a quick drive-by on us and said he'll be right back. So we'll get with Patric Young. We were going to have a little bit of fun today at the expense of the national anthem singer from last night's home run derby, but we really need to back off a little bit. If you saw it, I didn't watch the home run derby, but certainly I saw. I think the home run derby is a lot like the dunk contest. There's just, you can only do so much with a batting practice home run swing, and you can only do so much with a dunk, and it's really all been done. But certainly I heard about the performance of the national anthem singer, the country singer, Ingrid Andress. Just a terrible, terrible rendition of the song, and we were going to have fun. We're going to play it a little bit and pretend like our ear was bleeding like President Trump, but not from a bullet, but from the song and this and that. But to her credit, she came out today, and I think it was legit, and said that she wanted to apologize to Major League Baseball, all of her fans, on and on and on. She admitted to being drunk last night. Now, being serious here for a minute, she admitted to being drunk while she performed the national anthem, apologized to each and every person and group she could think of, and she went on to say that she has, as of today, checked herself into a rehab situation. So hopefully that young lady, who is I don't know much about her. I'm not a big country music fan. It's just not my thing. But nominated for several Grammys. I don't think she's ever won, but I mean, getting nominated for a Grammy is a big deal. So she's a legit. I mean, the Major League Baseball All-Star Committee is not going to just grab somebody off the side of the road or out of a honky tonk in Nashville or wherever. But yeah, tough situation. But she's an accomplished singer that oh my. What does that do to her career? In a weird way, sometimes things like that can jumpstart your career. I mean, how many people now know the name Ingrid Andress, if I'm pronouncing the last name correctly? So we'll see. But good for her for, and I don't think it was a PR stunt or a protect her, cover your, what. She, said, hey man, I was drunk last night and I've got a problem and I've checked myself in to rehab. So good for her, and I hope she can get things taken care of. Other things I want to talk about today on the program, kind of look ahead to the rest of the week. We're excited tomorrow. We take the show, our new happy hour show, on the road tomorrow to the first of our location spots. We've always done our show on location when we were radio only. And now that we are on the Action Sports Jax streaming channel here, basically a television show, and we've moved to 4 to 6 happy hour, we're still going to do that. So that's one of the things we've been doing. We haven't been on the road the last week and a half or so as we've been trying to work out the kinks and logistics and things like that. But note it down. Tomorrow, our first in the field, on the road, happy hour show live tomorrow from our Wednesday home. We still keep our Wednesdays and our Thursdays and our Fridays. We just added a Tuesday, and we're looking for a Monday sponsor, but we'll be at Twin Peaks tomorrow, set up 4 to 6. If you're in that area, if that's the way you go home, if you're in that area anyway, or you just want to make a special trip, come by, say hi. We will be live 4 to 6 from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow at Twin Peaks, as that guy's back. You did a quick drive-by, Patrick, and now you're back.
Yeah.
How you doing? Where you going?
It was one of those things where they call you right when you didn't think they would.
Yes.
And I had to go.
Yes, I understand.
had to get it was quick. It was just some blood work, so I mean, it was super fast. And the guy, it's funny, the guy was like, he's like, hey man, I want you to know, I know who you are. And he's like, I'm 29. I used to play with you when you were on 2K back in the day. That's, the basketball video game. I'm like, dang, that's pretty cool.
Okay. I thought you were going to say, hey man, I know who you are. I'm still going to stick a needle in your vein and take some blood out, but I know who you are.
Hey, it hurt. It didn't feel good.
Are you, I used to be okay with the taking the blood. The older I've gotten, I'm squeamish, man. I turn around, I tell them, and I mean, I'm a baby. I'll tell the girl, hey, is it going to be quick? Is it, hurry up, do it fast?
Is it wrong that I'm not surprised for you?
Yeah, probably not. No, probably not, Patrick. Hey, man, you
well, you don't have any tattoos. Oh, well, I'm assuming. No. Do you have any tattoos? Yeah.
No, you don't. Hey, with a body like this, you don't cover it up, my man. You show it off. You show it off, my man. Okay, go ahead. What were you going to say? You don't cover this thing up.
I don't know. You got my mom laughing, so.
Okay. Hey, listen, we let off the show, and I was serious for a moment here. You know, you sent the link, and we were going to have fun with the national anthem singer from last night. And but have you heard and I'm being dead serious, Patrick. Have you heard the latest development? So we can't really make fun of her. Did you hear?
We can kind of make fun.
Yeah,
can we?
I guess.
I feel like it's because it's not like she didn't kill anybody. No one got our ears got hurt.
But you heard what she said. You heard what she said today, earlier this afternoon, right?
About being drunk and that she's checking herself into rehab.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give her a break.
And my mom, I guess because the thing is, I had never heard of her. I'm not sure if you had. But
nor had I. No.
She's won like 3 Grammys. Like she's actually, I guess you would say big time.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Her voice, she has a very unique sound. So, and my mom was like, gosh, I wouldn't have put out there that I was drunk, because I just don't know for her brand. Mm-hmm. Or maybe she could just have said, I need to work through some things and then check into it. I don't know. So she could have put it in a different way, man. Like, gosh.
Yeah. And that probably was her agent huddling up with her and some kind of image marketing people and saying, hey, what do y'all think the best route is? Do we talk around it or do we face it? Or so.
Well, I'll tell you what, I do appreciate her just being truthful.
I agree.
It's so hard to get anybody that's in power or influence to ever say, I'm sorry, I messed up, I need help, I think that's a great example that she's setting there. And in terms, it just sucks that's, she probably could have really done a great job.
Mm-hmm. Along those lines, we'll get to this in a moment. Brent Beard will join us about 4:20. We'll keep him on for a couple of segments, day 2 of the SEC Media Days. But, Kirby Smart, he kind of faced it head on too today. He didn't duck it. He didn't hide behind the lawsuit and all. No, he kind of talked. We'll get into that in a moment. But Patrick, when you sent the link and said we got to get the national anthem on, I was thinking, okay, But when I found out everything, I was already preparing some fun jokes. Like she sounded like a long-tailed cat on a porch with a bunch of rocking chairs. I think that one through. You got that? You get it? You get it? Yeah. You don't want to be a long-tailed cat on a porch with a bunch of rocking chairs, people in rocking chairs. So anyway, we'll get off her. I didn't watch any of the home run derby. The home run derby to me is almost like the dunk contest. There's only so much you can do, and you can't really do much more to spruce it up. The dunk contest is, how many different variations of dunks can you do? And the home run derby is a guy throwing batting practice to guys swinging real hard, hitting the ball over the fence. There's not a whole lot to it.
Is there, honestly, I feel like what baseball should do, and this might seem, and this literally just popped into my head, but what if they took the approach of the Savannah Bananas in terms of making those experiences all about the fans?
Yeah.
Randomly selecting fans to throw. Savannah. That's what makes Savannah Bananas so great is that they incorporate it and make it all about the fans. Just think, you got all those stars there. People are traveling like crazy. It would be such a great touch for the MLB to do something they're already super desirable events to go to.
Yeah.
Because I remember I went to an All-Star game. I want to say in 2002 or 2003, the one that was in Houston a long time ago.
You went to an MLB All-Star game?
MLB All-Star game.
Really? Good for you.
I got a home run derby ball as well.
Good for you. You caught it?
It was awesome. What's that?
You were in the outfield and you caught it?
No. I was in the left field.
Oh, you were on the field.
Left field bleachers.
Oh, okay. You got me all confused.
I'm not that cool.
Yeah, because a lot of times they'll have kids just all in the outfield. I thought maybe you were chasing balls down in the outfield.
No.
You've seen that.
I'm not that.
And they probably had it last night. They have kids, like 40 kids, 50 kids in the outfield.
And then our competition buddy, I mean, he makes a great point across the other airwaves. Was like this morning or the other day, is like, what it's gonna happen? One of these kids is gonna get hit in the temple with one of those baseballs coming off the bat.
Yep.
And I'm like, honestly, he's not wrong, because they are swinging as hard as they can. These guys are swinging so hard to hit that ball. So, gosh, my mother is scattered right now.
Wow, what's going on? Be careful. She's driving. Be careful. Careful.
We're not driving. We're stopped. We're getting some gas, and we had one of the events I did a while back. Got a gas card, and
nice.
We can't seem to find it.
Oh boy. Hey man, so you're just gonna pump and run? Or y'all just gonna gas it out of there?
It's impossible to pump and run nowadays.
Hey
you
man,
gotta pay before you go.
Don't commit a damn misdemeanor right here on the show. Actually, that'd go viral. Do it.
Benita is a rule follower.
Do it.
But the thing is, Terry, can you imagine? So, like, if I was gonna commit a crime, you and I, the last thing I'm thinking about is having any shred of evidence that it happened. So, why would I? There's been so many people that go on Facebook Live, or like John Moran, how he incriminated himself twice.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You just said, what if you and I commit a crime, and then you said, get rid of the evidence. It almost sounds like you're going to kill me after we commit the crime to get rid of the evidence. Don't kill me, Patrick.
Don't kill Terry.
Yes, don't kill Terry. Don't kill Terry. Don't kill Terry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, man, let's talk about we'll be at Twin Peaks tomorrow. We're really excited about our first happy hour show on the road. But how about our new Taco Tuesday location sponsor, Hurricanes Jointon Creek in the heart of Mandarin? I can't wait.
We're going to the rich people.
Yeah,
the other part of town.
We're going to Sizzler.
We had to mix it up. We like those rich people.
Yeah, we're going to Sizzler. We got money now. Look at us. Hey, but the thing is, it's going to be a Taco Tuesday at Hurricane Jointon Creek. Of course, their actual name is Hurricane Grill and Wings. They're known for their wings. Their wings are tremendous. You had some not long ago. I brought some home, picked up and took out last week. But I get talking to Josh, the owner, Perry, over at Hurricanes Jointon Creek, and I'm like, man, I think people sleep on your tacos. Listen to the taco selection they've got. And Taco Tuesday will be a blast when we're there all the time. And this one, the first one I'm going to fall in love with, grilled steak and avocado taco. That sounds healthy and good. Like it? Grilled steak and avocado taco.
It should be, what's this, Hurricane Wings and Grill and Wings?
That's what it is. That's the official name.
It should be Hurricane Wings and More. I
don't know. Yeah. I like it.
Baja. But that sounds fantastic. That sounds so good.
It does. Healthy, good. I love avocado. Baja fish taco. Here's another one I'm going to fall in love with. Chicken BLT taco. Ooh. 3, please. 4, please. Thank you, please. Coconut.
How many tacos can you throw down at once if you're starving?
Oh, man. I could do 8 to 10, 10-ish if I'm really hungry. Couldn't you do 10?
Dang, Terry.
Well, actually, you're going to end up eating a lot of it as a salad because it crumbles and cracks.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yep. Coconut shrimp tiki taco. That just sounds fun.
That sounds great.
Coconut shrimp tiki taco, firecracker shrimp taco. We'll talk about the menu. Can't wait. Next Tuesday, we'll be out there. But tomorrow, our guinea pig show on the road, Patrick. Our first ever happy hour show will be at Twin Peaks. I was there today and had a cheeseburger. I was doing a little logistics at Twin Peaks, and that was a lot of fun.
Is my mom picking up wine? Cheap wine.
David says he's on that kick. He thinks you're a wino, basically, Patrick.
He thinks I'm a sneaky closet guy.
He does. Hey man, you're rocking a good looking Gator shirt there, man. What do you got there?
I got this on what's today?
Today's Tuesday.
Last Tuesday, because that's when excuse me.
Yeah.
Frog in my throat.
Sure.
It was the Gator Summit event, and I I was gifted one of these because I'm like, man, I just want one polo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
With the Jordan brand.
Nice.
That's all I want.
That's nice.
And here we are. I love it. It's beautiful.
That's real nice. I'll tell you what, hang tight. Drive safe, Benita. We'll be right back. We're going to take about a 4-minute break. Break number one. We'll come back, and we're going to try and get hooked up with Brent Beard. He obviously is our college sports analyst. We'll dive into day 2 of the SEC Media Days. Georgia, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Missouri. We'll do a thumbnail sketch on what we think those programs have got and what did Kirby kind of say. He said a few things. I was proud of Kirby. He didn't duck the issue. I don't know if I agree with everything he said, but he did not duck the issue. One down, a long way to go. It's a Hurricanes, Jointon Creek, Taco Tuesday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jax.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice 3-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
It is a Hurricanes Jointon Creek Tuesday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show. Brand new sponsor. Really excited. Was out there today, like I said, on a logistics kind of scout, and we'll be there live on Tuesday of next week. So we've got our Taco Tuesday location. Patric Young's ecstatic about that. I'm ecstatic about that. And I know Brent Beard, he'll make a stop or two and grab a taco or three and some wings at Hurricanes Jointon Creek. Mr. Beard, how the heck are you?
Well, I'm doing okay as we are in day two.
Day two.
SEC Media Days. One, Kirby Smart was there. We also had Oklahoma, Tennessee, Missouri involved in those mighty Gators. Patric Young making a
You got that right.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes,
Tomorrow, Billy Napier kicks the door down. No, I don't think so. He's just glad to be there still, right? Brent,
yes.
Let's start with Kirby. I thought he faced the driving situation. I mean, I don't agree with everything he said. He mentioned, hey, we're doing more to try and prevent this than the public knows. He mentioned some of his guys, they put them in classes. He mentioned driver's ed courses for. He also mentioned, or kind of threw a little bit on the youth. He said, hey, man, sometimes these guys are 18 years old and they're just getting their license. The kids these days, I know my daughter was like this. I know when I was coming up on driving age at 16, we were counting the days. I mean, you were Xing off the calendar. And, I mean, Mom, take me on the day I turned 16. These kids, they'll drag and not get their license for 2 and 3 years. He mentioned the youth. I also thought it was funny. I want both of y'all to comment. I'm not a lawyer. None of us are lawyers. But Kirby mentioned that they have been implementing fines because like NIL fines on some driving incidents, and obviously they don't publicize it, but he chose to. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't know if that's legal. These student athletes, they don't work for the school. How can the school say, give me some of your money if they don't work for you?
Yeah.
And fine you.
I think that took a lot of people by surprise too. And when he said there are significant fines is what he said.
Yeah.
That is basically involving the collectives. So
I didn't get that.
I mean, he went over what we thought he would say, and that we do our part on trying to educate our guys. But look, the thing, and I think you guys came up with a number, but people have not heard. I mean, since last year, they've had 24 speeding tickets.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. 24 guys.
And that's after the 2 deaths. That is right, counting January of 23 moving forward after the 2 deaths. The team on the field, Georgia, boy, I thought Bill Shanks, our buddy Bill we had on last week.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
Patrick, and you remember when we talked a little Georgia football with him, we talked Braves and Georgia football, and I said, Bill, you know the team well. Is there a position group? Is there a little area that he said, Bill, that you're quasi worried about and all? And he didn't even say secondary. Remember, Patrick, he just said, this team's pretty much loaded across the board, and that's un-Bill Shanks-like. I mean, Bill will tell you, they need some linebackers to step up, or they need some receivers that haven't caught the ball yet to catch the ball. You remember that, Patrick?
Oh yeah, I remember that. But losing a guy like Brock Bowers, you can't tell me they got another Brock Bowers in their back pocket. Come on now.
You wouldn't think, but they got a guy from Stanford, a tight end. I can't think of his name. They got a guy from Stanford, but Brent Beard, to you. There aren't many on paper holes at all. They've recruited, and they do a great job of getting guys that haven't played a ton by the time their third year rolls around. They've been solid backups, but they get third year guys that are great players that are staying, not leaving after their third year.
Yeah. The only real position to me that they don't have a lot of depth is secondary. I mean, Malachi Starks is a star. And by the way, he is healthy. That there were some issues about his shoulder, but he is healthy now. Let me go to a point that I got today. Back to what Patrick said about Brock Bowers. And I had never heard this, but it tells you what kind of athlete Brock Bowers is. When Brock Bowers came into Georgia, he was a significantly, get this now, he was a significantly better running back than he ever was a wide receiver.
How about that, Patric?
So
wow.
What does that tell you about how Georgia develops players?
My goodness. And Patric, he looks like he was born to play tight end, didn't he? I mean, just born to play tight end. Hey, for the first time in 2 or 3 years, the schedule toughens up a little bit for Georgia.
Yes.
And it hasn't been their fault. You play your schedule, and it's not Georgia's fault that Florida's not any good anymore. It's not Georgia's fault that, Tennessee's not the Tennessee of the 90s. But their schedule, Georgia, the past 2 years was very favorable. It picks up, man. They've got a damn tough schedule, I think. Clemson's the opener, Tennessee Tech. Then they go back-to-back at Kentucky, at Alabama. I mean, that's tough early, back-to-back games on the road. Auburn, Mississippi State, at Texas, a week off, then Jacksonville here for Florida, at Ole Miss, Tennessee, Massachusetts, and an improving Georgia Tech team. I think this schedule's definitely, Brent, over the last 2 years, this is definitely heated up.
Oh, it's night and day compared to what it was. Now, look, they are significantly better than Clemson. They've just got better players than Clemson does, although that will be a very interesting game. Here's a really tricky game for them. Now, they've got a week off before they play Alabama. Before that happens, they go to Kentucky.
That's a sneaky one.
And the reason, guys, that is significant is Georgia usually plays Kentucky in November, and Georgia has significantly better depth than Kentucky does. But see, you're playing Kentucky basically 3 games into the season instead of in November. And I'm not saying Kentucky's going to win, especially with the former Georgia quarterback with them now as a starter. But guys, do y'all think it's significant, like I do, that you catch Kentucky at full strength compared to what you used to? If they're looking forward to Alabama, that thing could get pretty interesting in the beginning.
And I know, Patrick, there's a week off between at Kentucky and at Alabama. They got a week off in that middle, but I think Brent's right. That damn Kentucky game, that could be. I think Patrick's they're freezing up a little bit. We'll get him back on. That is a little dicey area. Here's the other thing that I look at Georgia and all this talent across the board. Maybe not the consensus number one preseason, but they're going to get a lot of votes for number one from a lot of people. And I sit here and I think to myself, as stacked as this Georgia team is with a very experienced quarterback coming back, I can't see them losing 2 games. And with that said, if they stumble in the regular season and lose 1, the only way they lose 2 is if they don't win the national title, because they would lose in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
I can't, Patrick, I can't see this team losing 2 in that scenario, but there's 2 or 3 landmines on there.
Because, I mean, the question marks are, for certain SEC teams, it's like, for Georgia, will they be able to sustain and maintain this last 5-6 year reign that they've had? How will they respond after, somebody got snubbed? Is Clemson back? Is Clemson back to being a competitive team? Kentucky didn't have a great year. They had a really good year two seasons ago. Are they back? I was watching a little bit of the media day today, and I really like this question. Of these 3 opening games, which one means the most? Florida hosting Miami, Notre Dame and Texas A&M, or Clemson and Georgia? And it comes to, and obviously being first game of the season, any team can have a blunder and still make it to the playoffs. But just for week 1 being what week 1 is, which one of those 3 games are you the most intrigued by?
It is.
That is a great question. I'm going to make some people mad, and Brent, you can answer it, or we can move on. I would one of the non-Florida Miami. I think Miami, Florida, neither team is projected good enough to be that important unless you're Florida or Miami, right? I mean, I hate to be like that, but Notre Dame's supposed to be good. The Clemson and Georgia are supposed to be good. Yeah, that's a good question. That is a good question.
You didn't really answer it, Terry.
Yeah, you shut your filthy mouth, Patrick. Okay, who asked you?
Well,
you didn't have to tell everyone I didn't answer it.
I think of the three. I think the winner of the Florida Miami game gets a huge amount of momentum. That doesn't mean the other team's season's over. I don't buy that stuff. Frankly, Clemson is not as good as Georgia right now, although I think they will be better, particularly offensively. The thing I want to mention is that the game that got a lot of talk about, and I remember what Patrick's point was here, is there was a lot of talk on the network about that Notre Dame A&M game and how important that is for Elko in that game being an A&M. Guys, I'm not a big Marcus Freeman fan.
Nor am I.
I just thought
think he's a guy.
I thought it was a convenient hire, that the players were happy about it, and hopefully he'll be a success there. But here's my thing with that. If Connor Wheatman plays with their NFL defensive line that A&M has, if they were to blitz Notre Dame, I can tell you guys that would not be a good start, would it, Marcus Freeman?
No, Marcus Freeman's only like 19-8 in 2 years. I think you're right. He is the quintessential to me assistant coach. There's nothing wrong with being an assistant coach, but he's an assistant coach. Let's tackle Tennessee, then we'll take a break and then look at Oklahoma and Missouri. Boy, guys, Tennessee, it is a must-win. They've got to beat Florida this year. I mean, if they don't beat Florida this year, Brent, I mean, I think it's a must-win for Tennessee. Home game, they've got Florida and Bama, I think. Let me take a look real quick. Florida and Bama back-to-back midway through the season. This would be catastrophic if Tennessee doesn't get by Florida with what they've got the rest of the way on their schedule.
Agreed.
They've got Alabama and Georgia still if they lose to Florida.
Well, and listen, they've got two dangerous games even before then.
Totally agree.
Where they go to Oklahoma, man, that's all you heard today at media days was Josh Heupel with all the deal, and I get it, where he played at Oklahoma, him going back, and how excited they are about that game. And then they go to Arkansas, and that's a game in early October. Now, if you come out of that Oklahoma game and you've lost 2 or 3 guys, and you go to Arkansas and you've got a little bit of a trap game there, and I tell you what, to Terry's point, Pat, that may help the Gators, but because you've got Oklahoma and Arkansas, by the time they play Florida in that SEC meat grinder, they may have lost what, guys? 2 or 3 starters, maybe by the time the Gators come in Knoxville.
Yeah, that is rough. I like Tennessee's defensive line though. Pierce may be the best get after it rush end, and I love the big guy Thomas, the big 325-pounder Tennessee's got in the middle. I love him. Let's take a break. Let's come back. Keep Brent Beard around. Oklahoma also faced the media along with Missouri. What's kind of an outlook for those guys? By the way, a good feel-good story as we go to break. Brew McCoy, the wide receiver who had the ugly injury, he's trying to come back for Tennessee. That'd be a good story if he makes it back. I like that guy, and that was an ugly remember the middle of the field late in the game, and you knew the knee was gone.
It was Brew McCoy, I believe, Terry.
Yeah, Brew McCoy, yeah, that's what we were saying, that he's back, and I'm rooting for that guy for Tennessee, rooting for him a lot. Let's take a break here. It is a Taco Tuesday. Today's show is sponsored by Hurricanes Jewington Creek. Get by there sometime in the heart of Mandarin. We'll be there live starting next Tuesday, every Tuesday, our new home on Tuesdays. Hurricanes Jewington Creek. It's the Young and Norvelle show right here on Action Sports Jax.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
No matter what wing flavor you like, I guarantee you they've got that flavor and a bunch more you'll fall in love with at Hurricanes Jewington Creek, our Tuesday show sponsor. We'll be out there next Tuesday and every Tuesday at happy hour 4 to 6. Tomorrow, Twin Peaks. Thursday, Sliders Oyster Bar. And Friday, we are at Bricks Jax Beach. All on the road. We take it on the road for the first time in our new time slot. I know we're excited about that. There's Patric Young. There's Brent Beard hanging out with me, Terry Norvelle. Brent and Patrick, let's dive back in. Oklahoma, boy, they're a lot like LSU. They're a lot like Florida. They've got to patch up a defense that, man, the numbers, particularly in the second half of the season, that they were giving up 30, 29, 38, 27, 45. But Brent, Jackson Arnold, who'll take over the quarterback position, he had a rough bowl game. I'm not so sure Oklahoma's got, great quarterback play right out of the gate.
Yeah, and that's going to be a challenge. And part of the reason is they've got early games with Houston and Tulane, who are really two good teams, and then they play Tennessee. So they need to come out of the gate, no doubt about that, with better quarterback play. Andrew Anthony is one of their wide receivers. He got hurt last year. They expect him to be back, but Terry hit on it. They just weren't very good defensively, and frankly. That's a situation where that's Brent Venable's forte. His defense.
Yeah, he's a defensive-minded guy. That's his side of the ball. Patrick, did you ever play Oklahoma in basketball when you were in Florida? Did y'all ever have Oklahoma on the schedule, Sooners? That's an area.
No.
No. That's an area of the country. I've never really gone to a game up in that area.
I don't think so.
Brent, have you gone to any games up in Oklahoma? I think that
no.
You know,
I never have.
And it seems like they've got a nice, in terms of the home crowds they're going to bring to the SEC when teams go to Norman. It seems like just from afar, there's a little more pomp and circumstance with Texas, their home games, than Oklahoma. But those are going to be two fun trips, I think, new fun trips, particularly for old school SEC fans. You know, the guys that go to 2 or 3 road games a year. Right, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing like an SEC town Friday night before a big game. But, you can get Auburn out, and you can get, Gainesville out. You can get Athens out a little bit. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Oklahoma's right in the mix with the newness. And the Oklahoma-Texas fans, my God, Oklahoma gets to at some point roll into Gainesville.
Oh, yeah.
Texas is going to roll into Gainesville to just use one team as an example. How fun is that going to be?
It's going to be a lot of fun. And look, you're talking about the Oklahoma schedule. Terry, how about this in their last 5 games? At Ole Miss, at Missouri, at LSU, and then they've got a home game with Alabama. Now, one thing you mentioned that's going to be pretty interesting. If you're going to be making a trip to Oklahoma, I would be fascinated to look this up. Terry, Bama plays Oklahoma November 23rd. What's a high temperature in Oklahoma? November the 23rd.
Oh, my.
Would also be my question with that, too. Now, they've got to.
And you remember, obviously, November 23rd, that's right around Thanksgiving.
It is.
And think back to when we were watching college football in the 70s and 80s, particularly the 70s with our age, late 70s.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Oklahoma-Nebraska game, last game of the year, it was cold as hell at either one of those places most of the time.
Yeah. That's like watching it snowed during Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah.
Now, Oklahoma, they do have 2 really good defenders with Billy Bowman, who is a senior linebacker that they've got, Danny Stutzman, who is but Bowman's a safety. Stutson's a linebacker. So
Stutson makes 1,000 tackles. He
does. Terry, to your point, he's averaged about 100 a year.
about 100 a year. Oklahoma. I think the jury's out on them. I think they may have a tough little first year in the SEC. In my opinion, Missouri has been a real thorn in the side, along with Kentucky, for Florida to kind of tie Florida into Missouri. They were one of the teams there. Wouldn't you agree? This downslide that Florida's had the last decade or more, who's been right there poking them is Kentucky and Missouri. You kind of, 20 years ago, you'd go, well, you're going to count a win over Kentucky and Missouri. No, you don't. And Missouri is interesting. Drinkwitz, he's kind of championed himself. And speaking of Kentucky, Stoops is like this a lot too. They think they're going to out-tough you. And they have been, they take pride in that, don't they? Missouri just thinks they're going to punch you in the mouth, and if they want to, they're going to run the ball. Kentucky certainly does that, and that hasn't matched up well with Florida.
No.
Florida didn't like that style.
Yeah. Now the biggest thing that Missouri's got to do is they've got to replace, and they did, all those defensive coaches who ended up going to LSU.
Yeah.
Corey Batoon is their guy. Hey, Terry, how about this? Their defensive nickname is Death Row.
Oh, my. Oh my. I want to get back to that physicalness, though. You remember who started that for long? Gary Pinkel had a team like that. Gary Pinkel, the longtime Missouri coach, he came in, and man, they used to have the nastiest defensive line. Yeah. They would have just a hell of a defensive line. But if you don't know Luther Burden, you need to find him out if you call yourself a college football fan. I mean, Luther Burden, the wide receiver at Missouri, all you have to do is change and put an LSU jersey or an Alabama jersey, and you'd swear he's one of those guys, those great receivers at Bama. I mean, he's that quality, right? I mean, he is Jamar Chase, and he is all those guys, Amari Cooper and all those guys. He is a special player, 5-star that stayed right there and stayed home. in Missouri.
Terry, if it was not for the award being a quarterback award, he would be a Heisman Trophy candidate. Listen, he could have played in the NFL last year, much less.
I was surprised he came back. He came back.
Kirby Moore is our offensive coordinator. Probably doesn't get enough credit, frankly. But it's funny you said the toughness, because Drinkwith in his talk with the print room, he went over that over and over again.
Is that right?
Yes, about how tough he wanted them to be. Now, the first thing he said, he wanted Mike Leach in the Hall of Fame, which I thought was good. But he's got 22 players that have got 12 or more starts. And they've got well, we've touched on this before, but Terry, look at their schedule. Murray State, Buffalo, Boston College, Vanderbilt.
Wow!
But before they play A&M, then they've got UMass. So Terry, if they think about this a minute, if they beat A&M and College Station, I mean, in the middle of October, they've got Auburn before they go to Alabama. They may be undefeated going to Alabama in October.
Gosh, who would ever think that could be the game of the conference that day?
Absolutely.
Missouri and Alabama. This is a little side note. I've talked to college fans over the years, and they agree. I absolutely am convinced when I watch a Missouri home game on TV, the field looks small. The friends I have, they say it's a weird camera angle. The camera's in a weird angle. But I'm not the only guy, Brent. When you watch Missouri football games on TV in Columbia,
yes,
the field, it looks narrow, it looks small. It reminds me, I've always felt that way every time I've ever watched a football game on TV from the Carrier Dome. You cannot tell me the Carrier Dome's a 100-yard field and 50 whatever wide. The Carrier Dome looks small too. Missouri, when they play daytime games, and Florida plays there at noon, a lot of times it's damn 11 a.m., it also has a glare. That field has a glare.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever noticed that? Missouri's home football field on TV doesn't look regulation to me. It looks tiny.
And to your point, the way the camera angles are extremely important. And listen, we need to mention here for Drinkwith, a guy that about 2 years ago they thought they were going to fire him.
Yeah.
And then they gave him an extension and a raise. Listen, we're not exaggerating here. They could have beat Georgia the last 2 years in a row.
Sure.
And you remember that Saturday night game
was that
in Missouri, Terry, where 6 minutes and change, Missouri's leading,
and they're driving.
That's right.
That was the game. I think, help me out, Missouri had taken control of the game in the fourth quarter. They're ready to beat Georgia. They were heading down the field, and if I'm remembering the right game, the Missouri quarterback, I guess Cook, threw a wacky interception to an interior defensive lineman for Georgia.
Yeah.
He hit one of the, like a 340-pound defensive lineman, like he never saw him on an inside screen, and that saved the game.
And Terry, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the thicker kicker, Mevis, the kid that hit you remember
60-yarder.
He hit a 64-yard field goal to win the game. They've got to replace him too. But look, Brady Cook, 6,000 yards. To me, frankly, I'm not going to say he's unheralded, but frankly, one of the better quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, he really is. He just makes plays. He's not Mr. Flashy. I want to report to people that Patrick texted me, said they hit an absolute terrible cell area, so that's where Patrick dropped off to. And Missouri, boy, Gator Nation doesn't want to hear about Missouri. That was the fourth and 14 last year.
Oh yeah,
right. I mean, just the inexplicable. You let a guy get behind you to get the first down, and you don't pressure him.
Literally all they had to do, Terry, and help me on this. If I remember this, they put almost zero pressure on Brady Cook on that play, right?
They basically rushed 2.
Yeah.
They rushed 3, but they told their outside guys to dance and keep him contained so he doesn't scramble.
Yes.
You're like, what? You can only cover so long. It was a horrible plan.
It really was.
Horrible
Absolutely.
Brent, what do we have tomorrow? We know we keep talking about Florida tomorrow. I think Alabama's in.
Alabama, yes. Alabama will be there tomorrow too. As I look up the schedule here, I mean, they've done pretty well so far in Dallas. I think folks are pretty happy with how it's gone at this point too. So
I want to try, while you're looking that up, I want to try and find it. It was from your notes, and I lauded Saban yesterday because I knew he was going to be a great analyst, because Nick Saban's not going to be a pacifier and just say Alabama's going to win every game. Your notes, I got to find what he said, and I was it
the comment? Was it the comment about Texas?
I think it was a little bit about and why he didn't pick Alabama, and oh man, it was so good. It was also funny that Nick Saban could not get into media days day one because he didn't have his credential, and Saban says, well, wait a minute. I came to this thing 17 years in a row. I never touched a credential and never needed one. Yeah, and he said, the first year I come as a media guy, I can't get in the door because I don't have my credential.
And Terry, the first thing that Kirby Smart said today was, I just want everybody to know that I got in here today without a credential. And he looks back in the back where Saban is sitting. So, tomorrow is Kalen DeBoer, Billy Napers, we've mentioned, Jeff Levy of Mississippi State, and oh my, Terry Norvelle. Steve Sarkisian walks in the door.
Oh boy!
With Texas being at media days for the first time. Now, Terry,
how many of this is he going to see? How many is he going to see? Horns down.
Look, I'm glad you mentioned that, because the director of officials was there this morning, and he was asked that question of what are we going to do in that situation if you give the horns down, and the explanation. Here's the explanation: unsportsmanlike conduct needs to fit one of three categories, and I'll be brief here. Is it taunting the opponent? Is it making a travesty of the game? Is it otherwise compromising our ability to manage the game? So if you score on Texas and you're running to the sidelines and you do the horns down, I think they'll ignore that. But Terry, if you get in midfield and you do horns down in front of God and everybody, and they taunt Texas, at that point, you'll probably see a flag.
They put a lot of time and effort into that, didn't they?
Yeah.
They put a lot of Here's Nick Saban, though. This falls under the I don't want analysts. A lot of fans think the analyst is going to always pick their favorite team or the team they coached or played for. Here's Nick Saban on picking Georgia and Texas to meet in the SEC championship game, not Alabama. Quotes from Saban. I believe in our Alabama team, too. I believe in Jalen Milroe. But until the issues in the secondary get resolved, it's hard to kind of jump on that bandwagon. End quote. Respect the heck out of that. I respect the heck out of that. And that's what I expected Saban to be like that.
And look, the thing that he didn't say that I will is their season, Terry, is going to be determined by Milroe. Well, is Milroe going to be a better passer? Is he going to be a lot more poised than he was last year? And that's going to determine the season, frankly, along with the secondary. And I think that's why it's important. They've got a really good backup in Ty Simpson, who, if Milroe can't get things going for some reason, you could put him in, and Simpson I think they'd be confident in him.
Wow. And just thinking back, what an up and down season Milroe had. Bench going to Tampa to play South Florida. Some absolute ridiculous completion in the back corner of the end zone to beat Auburn. That was a miracle. Yeah. He had a wacky year, didn't he? He was great, and he was bad.
And look, I will still tell you, Terry, on two things. On that last play against Michigan, when they're in the goal line, all he's got to do is fake into the middle and roll to the left, and he outruns the Michigan defenders. Or he's also got basically the Alabama running backs wide open in the end zone if he just stopped and thought for a minute. But
interesting.
But see that those are things where his poise needs to improve.
Yeah, definitely. Good stuff, Brent Beard. Tomorrow, I hate to work you like a field horse here, but this is our time and your time to shine. Tomorrow, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi State, and Texas. Boy, that is a good lineup right there. That's a good lineup.
And listen, I'll be very interested to see when they ask Billy Napier, we talked about this before, Coach, what have you done to improve your team in the offseason? That's a big answer for him, isn't it, Terry?
Yeah, he needs to be good. He needs to be good, and he's not a great media guy, but he needs to have some confidence and show that, we've done some work in the offseason. We knew work needed, and I hope he says something about improving his game.
Absolutely.
His own part of the program, because he struggled game management. He really did. Thanks, Brent. We'll get together tomorrow. I appreciate all your work on a busy week. Brent Beard checking in with some SEC news and notes. One half down. We'll kick off the second half on the other side. It is the Young and Norvelle Show, presented today by Hurricanes Julington Creek.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store, either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms, from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
There you go, overlooking downtown Jax Vegas. A little cloudy, a little rainy here and there, some much needed rain. I still think we need one of those 3 or 4 day nor'easters to sit on top of us. Welcome back to the Young and Norvelle show on a Tuesday. Tuesday's show and all future Tuesday shows will be presented by our brand new sponsor. I want to thank and welcome Hurricanes Jewington Creek over there in Mandarin, in the heart of Mandarin. Boy, it's a fun community hangout. They do what they do well. Great food. You know about the wings. You know about the other fare they have on the menu. Don't sleep on the tacos. It's a Taco Tuesday every Tuesday over at Hurricanes Jewington Creek. We'll be broadcasting the show live every 4 to 6 in the happy hour time frame. And I'll remind you about all the good stuff on the menu. I'm sure there'll be great specials when we're there. Here's their taco lineup at Hurricanes Jewington Creek. Grilled steak and avocado taco. That sounds wonderful. Baja fish taco. Chicken BLT taco. Coconut shrimp tiki taco. And don't forget about the firecracker shrimp taco. Don't sleep on the tacos, especially on Taco Tuesday at, Patrick, upside down Patrick, sideways Patrick, at Jewington Creek, the Hurricanes right there at the bridge, at the foot of the bridge. What is that? The north, hold on, we gotta do a show like this. Can you see me now? Pat, can you see me now? Uh-oh, we don't hear you now. We see you kind of sideways. There we go. There we go. You're sideways, Pat. The world. What are you, like Batman and Robin walking up the side of a building, for God's sakes? We don't got you, Pat. No audio. No audio. We'll work that out. We had a comment here. We've had several on our chat line here. Danny said, we were talking about Kirby Smart a moment ago with Georgia making their way through Dallas and the SEC Media Days. Regarding Kirby Smart and his excuses, according to Danny, for the driving incidents in and around Athens. Anyone can make excuses for poor behavior. The bottom line is this: if you are winning, all the problems get swept under the rug and the administration turns their head the other way. Some people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way about Georgia. Tough situation. Kirby, he said a lot about it. He did talk about it today. He didn't dodge it and say, hey, man, there's a lawsuit that kind of is in the middle of all this, so I can't really talk about it. He faced it. I didn't agree with everything he said, but he did face it. Credit to Kirby Smart for discussing it. We hope to catch up here in a few minutes with around 5:20 with Cade Kistner. He is the baseball publisher for Sports Illustrated. He is covering the All-Star game. He's in Texas covering that game right now. Hope to catch up with him. With that as a backdrop, wanted to kind of, here at the midway point of the baseball season, go over some numbers and some players in terms of who's leading, who's got big numbers, storylines, things like that. Individual players. Leading the major leagues in batting average, a guy nobody's heard of, Steve Kwan, Cleveland Guardians, 352 average. By the way, Ohtani is 5th in average, and this will come out in a minute here. Reason I'm pointing this out, Ohtani is hitting 316 right now. 316 is his average, 5th in all of Major League Baseball. Home run leaders, and this is across the board. This is not American or national. This is all together. Home run leader right now, Judge sitting on 34, I think it is. Ohtani, 29. That's why I bring Ohtani back up. He's got 29 home runs, and he's hitting .316. What a hell of a year. What a heck of a year now for Ohtani. Henderson, the shortstop for Baltimore, one of those young Oriole players. Gunnar Henderson is sitting on 28 home runs. Aaron Judge, 85 RBI, leads all of Major League Baseball. So if you're right now picking a MVP, just a number one MVP in baseball, do you go Ohtani with a .316 average, 29 dongs? Do you go Judge with more home runs? Not the average that Ohtani has, but Judge has 85 RBI. On the mound, the wins leader right now in all of Major League Baseball is Chris Sale. 13 wins. Where would the Braves be without Chris Sale? And we weren't sure how much, bad pun coming, we weren't sure how much wind was still in the sail for Chris Sale. But he's sitting on 13 wins, leading all of Major League Baseball. Why are the Phillies so good? Well, Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler, they have 11 and 10 wins, respectively. Number 2 in wins and number 5 in wins in all of baseball. That helps you have over 60 wins at the break, as the Phillies do. Seth Lugo, a pitcher that not many people know. I barely know the name. Seth Lugo has 11 wins and a 2.48 ERA. Pitches for Kansas City. So he'll soon be a teammate, or Jack Caglione will soon be a teammate. But Seth Lugo having a great season on the mound for Kansas City, of all people. Lugo. Other things, and if we catch up with my buddy Cade Kistner at 5:20, when we go to that 5:20 break, I want to hit some of these topics, but I want to make sure we get this out as it's the All-Star game. We're on the eve of the All-Star game, or a couple hours away from the All-Star game. The trade deadline. I'd be really curious if Cade has heard, is there any smoke out there? Because, I mean, this is when baseball trades get done. All the GMs are in one place and have been for the last day or two. The wheeling and dealing. I'd like to know kind of what's going to happen. Who's a buyer? Who's a seller? Be interesting to know if and watch here over the next 2 weeks. The trade deadline is, I think, the last day of July, the final day of July. And, I think last night probably would have been your big wheeling and dealing and agreeing in principle on deals. I could see it. We talked about it last night on the show here. Can't you see just a bunch of good old boys, Major League Baseball GMs getting together and their front office staff, and they're a bunch of them, 4 or 5 different teams. They all go to a big old Texas steakhouse. They get a big old whatever ounce steak, and they have a nice meal, and they start loosening the tie and go back to the bourbon room, get them a big bourbon, get them a cigar, and they start wheeling and dealing. Love to be a fly on the wall. Baltimore, speaking of the Orioles, we hit the break, and the Orioles have a 1-game lead on the Yankees. That's not going away. That's going to be a lot of fun. The Yankees and the Orioles going at it. Don't look now. Kind of a sneaky team in baseball in that same division. The Red Sox are 4.5 games out. And I had to do a double take when I was kind of looking at this the other day. Red Sox hanging around. Some comebacks so far and some collapses a little bit. Houston, remember what a bad start the Astros got off to? They were really, really slow out of the gates, were the Astros. Don't look now, but they've played themselves back into to contention. The World Series winners from last year, Texas, they're scuffled a little bit. The Rangers 46-50 right now, but Houston has come out of nowhere. And, man, they started terrible. They really did. Keep an eye on Houston. I mentioned the Phillies' best record in baseball. The Phillies sitting with 62 wins, 62-34. They've got an 8.5-game lead on Atlanta. The Dodgers in their division, they're up 7 on Arizona and San Diego. Remember, Arizona was the NL World Series representative. San Diego, they've already said they're all in. They think they've got a real shot at a wild card. They probably aren't going to be able to chase down the Dodgers. But remember, San Diego made that big move for Areza, if I'm pronouncing that right, the average hitter from the Marlins, and that was early. But San Diego said, hey, let's go get another bat, a table setter. San Diego thinks they're right in the middle of this thing. The Braves, with all the injuries, I've said it, and I think it's very, very true. These first 10 games or so coming out of the All-Star break are huge for the Braves. Huge for the Braves. It's manageable. The Braves, as I said, they're 8.5 back of the Phillies. They're not going to catch the Phillies. When you're 8.5 games back to a good team like Philadelphia, Philadelphia is not going to lose 9 out of 10 in a stretch. The Braves just aren't going to be able to chip away one here, two there, one here. I just don't see the Braves. They're going to think wild card. They better think wild card. The Braves, as Patric's back. Pat, you're back. Got a little sideways on us, literally, earlier.
I didn't even do anything.
Uh-oh, now your audio's not good. Uh-oh. What happened? You dropped your phone?
No.
No?
How about now?
Yeah, little.
You hear me now?
Nah, it's muffled. Doesn't sound real good. Yeah. You look good. You look good, though. It's Patric coming back from a doctor's appointment, and good for Patric. He's trying to become part of the show, even though he's got some stuff going on. We'll try and catch up and get that connection hooked up again. Staying with the Braves, it's manageable coming out of the gate on, when do they start playing again? On Thursday, I guess it is. The Braves, their first 10 coming out of the All-Star break, they're home for 3 games with St. Louis. They're home for 3 games with Cincinnati. And they're at the New York Mets for 4 games. So that's Atlanta's first 10. The Mets are they or aren't they? They're a unique team. Are they? Have they thrown in the towel? Have they not? They go on a losing streak, then they go on a winning streak. They're still within shouting distance of the wild card. The Braves also, the second half of the season, look this up, they have one more nasty kind of head west road trip. They go with one of those, you're gone, you play 9 games in 11 days, and you're flying all the way to the West Coast and working your way out there. They've got one more of those. Now, the rest of the way, the Braves do have 11 games combined between the Phillies and the Dodgers, the 2 best teams in the National League. The Braves have 7 games left with Philadelphia, 3 away and 4 at home, and the Braves have 4 left with LA. All 4 of those are at home. So they have 11 games. They can't get roughed up in those. They can't go 2-9 in those. But, Braves, big 10 games coming out of the All-Star game, with that being just right around the corner. Let's take another break here. We'll get settled. We hope to hear from Cade Kistner. He hopefully will check in with us here during this break, which we're scheduled to talk some ball. Cade is at the All-Star game. We'll try and catch up with Cade and just get the feel. Has he heard any rumors? Any smoke out there with regard to trades? Trade deadline right around the corner, and the big game. Not really big game. Certainly looks like on paper, though, that the American League has got a stronger team. And I know it's a weird game. You're going to pitch 1 inning here and 1 inning there, and you're going to play all your players. But looks like on paper the AL will win. We'll report on that tomorrow. Let's take a break. Come back. Hopefully talk some All-Star and some Major League Baseball with Cade Kistner, the baseball publisher for Sports Illustrated, right here on the Young and Norvelle Show.
When I wake in the morning, I see it so clearly. It's no competition.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Hey, it's a good time if you want to get a comment, question, thought, send it our way. This is a good time to jump on the chat line, whatever platform you are consuming the show from. Just jump on that chat, and it'll come right there on that screen, and I'll try and get to those here as we continue in the 5 o'clock hour, a Tuesday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show, our brand new sponsor. Really excited. I've been mentioned 3 or 4 times. I want to thank Josh Perry and his entire staff and crew over at Hurricanes Julington Creek. Our Tuesday, actually Taco Tuesday. I know they're known for their wings, but boy, they've got a taco choice on the menu that'll blow you away, and I'm going to work my way through all of that. We'll be over there live on Tuesday of next week, and then every Tuesday. If you know the show from our radio days, we pretty much take the show on the road every day. We did that midday, and now that we've moved to happy hour, I mean, it's perfect. It's happy hour. Our show now is 4 to 6, Monday through Friday. You probably know that because you're watching it, but if you're just tuning in and just getting the feel for it, 4 to 6, happy hour show Monday through Friday. And we have now 4 of the 5 days spoken for. We would love to. I think we've got the. And Patrick has a bad connection. He's dropped off, but I think he'll agree. We've talked to a business here in town. I won't name it, but I think they're going to take that Monday, but they haven't committed yet. Vacation popped up, and we're going to talk to them. But that Monday may be available. Hey, we're running out of days. Got 1 day left. So if you want to get in line, if you've got a business you think that would greatly benefit, our live show every single Monday, that's the last one we got. Only got 5, and Only got 5 days we can do, and 4 of them are spoken for right now. But feel free to reach out to me at any time, and we'll kind of get you on the list and let you know what all is involved with us coming out to your establishment and having some fun. As I understand it, our Taco Tuesdays that we start on next week on location at Julington Creek, the Julington Creek location of Hurricanes, that is their trivia day. And I have always wanted to figure out a way, and I know there's an answer out there somewhere, to kind of do trivia while the show's going on. And I know trivia normally starts at 7 or 7:30. I get all that. But I wonder, is there an early trivia group out there? And how would we do it? Would we do a kind of a speed trivia in 1 hour? Maybe during the 5 o'clock hour, every break we ask a question, or coming in and going out of breaks we ask a question. And I don't know. There's an answer out there somewhere. And if you're a trivia guy, or maybe I'll talk to the host, but I think they have trivia on Tuesday at Hurricanes Julington Creek. So maybe we could do a little early thing or something. I don't know. Anybody got an idea? It's in here. I just can't figure it out. Just can't figure it out. And I know that when we're on remote with our show, we have a speaker, so we amplify the show in our little area, so we could take care of that. And we've got an external mic. We could, I don't know, somebody figure it out. I think it would be a lot of fun, trivia. We hope to visit with Cade Kistner. He's really busy, spread thin, covering the All-Star Game for Sports Illustrated. He's going to try and call us about now. If we do, if he does, we'll divert to him. But staying with baseball, and I want to hear you read your comments. Feel free. This is a controversial subject always when it's brought up. There's not a lot of middle ground with this. It's kind of back in the news because recently, this week, HBO has announced that they have a documentary they are about to release titled Charlie Hustle and the Matter of Pete Rose. Number one, I don't love the title. Charlie Hustle and the Matter of Pete Rose. Well, the life and times and Major League Baseball career of Pete Rose. And the matter of Pete Rose certainly is Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Wow, David Wallace, I'll tell you one thing. It's almost like it's with the same guy here. He suggests about the trivia idea. I'm trying to figure it out. Naked Twister Trivia. I was going to say that, David. Son of a gun. Another brilliant mind out there. Pete Rose, the Hall of Fame. And by the way, things like this are great for Pete Rose. All this is great for Pete Rose. Just keep it up there, keep it stirred. I am of the opinion, and there's two opinions. There is the, damn it, a life ban means life. Life is life. Life means no going back. There ain't no changing it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. That is life. That is forever. ... Infinity. Life, life, life. I don't believe that. And I certainly don't believe that in an arena so meaningless as sports. We're talking sports here. It's not that important. Where I'm coming from, I'm the other way. I think there shouldn't be a Hall of Fame if Pete Rose is not in it. And my main answer to the life is life is life is, guys, let's look at some other areas of our world. And life isn't life, isn't life, isn't life. I mean, guys, you have guys that are sentenced to life in prison that get paroled. And in prison, they get, your sentence is life, life, life. And you know what? Or you're sentenced. I get it. But sports isn't as big as life. And people, I don't know. The governor calls at times. I don't know. How do you have a Hall of Fame without Pete Rose in it? And that's my thought. Your thought? I'd love to read, love to see where you're at. Very, very polarizing. There is no, you never come across a guy. I don't really feel one way or the other. One way or the other. And it's coming up where Pete. God, how old is Pete? Pete's 80, isn't he? Pete Rose 80. Let's see if I can get service here. Not that it doesn't matter, but, if he gets granted and put in, you kind of want him to still be alive to see it. And I get it. He was angry. Hey, Patric's back. Patric's back. Hey, buddy.
Can you hear me?
Man, I hear you, and you look good, too. Look damn good.
Well, we were on these back roads trying to get to 10.
Yeah.
And I just gave up because at one point it said no bars.
Well, while you were gone, someone suggested Naked Twister Trivia is what we should play on our show. I was saying I want to kind of figure out, now we're happy, I want to kind of figure out a way to tie trivia.
Keep it in.
Patrick just said, can we play it at Twin Peaks? Patrick, possibly the greatest drop-in you've ever had in your life right there. Very nice. Very, very, very nice.
Hey, that thing you said, was it yesterday?
I don't know.
You said something that was really funny.
I don't know. Yeah,
and after you said it, you were like, oh, man, that's the funniest thing I've ever said. I was like, that was.
I don't know. Every once in a while I get funny. Every once in a while I'm a pretty serious guy most of the time, though, right, Pat?
Yeah.
Pretty serious guy. Hey, where do you stand on, we got talking baseball while you were getting your sick. Put him in? You're a put him in guy? Yeah.
Rose.
I get and do you, if you're like me, the life means life crowd, I'm like, dude, it's sports. Life doesn't mean life a lot of times in life. I mean, guys get knocked down, their life sentence gets knocked down. I mean, that's real life. We lost Patrick again. But that's my point, Patrick, as you're back here. In real life, life sentences get knocked down or commuted, right? I mean, something. Right. But we're talking sports here.
Commuted, pardoned, appealed.
Yeah. And I always am of I get it. Sports is a gazillion dollar business. It's still sports.
He didn't. Yeah, and he didn't take an illegal substance to improve.
The worst thing we've ever done.
Yeah.
Well, we're all more than the worst thing we've ever done.
Yes, exactly.
About Ted Bundy.
And we're not. And Patrick, I know you're.
Ted Bundy more than the worst thing he's ever done.
Yeah. Ted Bundy making the show. Ugh. Ted Bundy making the show. But I know you're not a gambler. I'm not a big gambler. We're going to try and do a gambling thing on our show to have fun during the football season. But when it comes to the gambling people, and I know that's the taboo in all of professional sports. Gambling scares them. College football as well. College sports as well. If it's proven that a guy, I agree. I don't really want them gambling on their games they're involved in. But if they're gambling on themselves to win, I kind of want my favorite guy to be gambling on himself to win. He's going to play his ass off, isn't he? Right?
Yeah, I mean, you want to believe that these guys are out there playing to win in general. So what's putting a few extra dollars behind that too,
I might come out and say, hey, guys, you can gamble provided you can gamble on your sport and you can gamble on your team, but it has to be to win. Patrick.
Yeah.
If you put your $10,000 on your team in a game you're involved, you're playing your ass off, right?
Yeah. I mean, that'd be interesting. You can't bet on your team to lose. You can only but you can only bet, put as much money you want only on your team to win, though.
I want that.
I guarantee you games would be even better.
Probably.
Oh, my gosh.
Probably.
You see so much more emotion out there.
Yeah. And that would eliminate, because it's a lot easier, I think, to dog it and manipulate a game than go, today I'm going to hit 3 home runs. Well, it's a lot easier said than done, right? I think it's a lot easier to dog it and to dog it and influence a game than to say, well, I'm going to go hit 3 home runs or I'm going to throw for 375 yards. Well, good luck with that. That's easier said than done. Why are you discussing with your mom? Why are you she's being nice, driving you around?
Nothing. There's nothing happening.
Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
We're you and me, Terry. We're in this thing together.
David says Naked Twister trivia.
Hey, I missed out. What did can you bring back up what you said with Kirby Smart? Like what he said, because I missed that part.
He addressed what was going on, and he said, in terms of the driving, and I'm paraphrasing everything. He said that they've done a lot more than the public knows to try and, work on the problem, because there is a problem. He said, obviously, we're not getting through and haven't gotten through. He said they put a lot of the guys in classes, driving classes, driver's ed stuff. They're making that available. He said this is what got me. He said there have been substantial fines for guys on the team that running afoul of the law with driving situations. NIL fines. And
we need to talk to Malik about that.
Absolutely. And but Patrick, my first thought there was, I go, how can you fine a player that is not a person that's not your employee? You can't go up and say, "Hey, Carson Beck, you got a speeding ticket. You owe the program, $2,000." Well, I don't work for you. Is that legal? Doesn't sound like it is, Patrick, to me.
Well, my only thought process is because you cannot, and Malik made it very clear for us that you cannot do anything. NIL contracts cannot be based off of athletic performance.
Yeah.
Remember that. And I'm wondering, because you did add that piece with the collective, maybe because they have a much better collective organization system, than most other places, Georgia and Ohio State. It must be maybe there's a payment, if the guy signs, with the collective for $500, maybe they don't get it all up front. It's broken out throughout the year. And maybe in there that, they can put somewhere in those contracts with the collective, not with the school, but with the collective.
And he kind of made it sound like it was with the collective, but I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. You don't even.
Yeah. The school has no power to do that.
I don't know.
But is there something wrong if the collective is the school, he's telling the collective,
but where does the collective
find this guy?
How does the collective get law of the land? I mean, if the collective takes money that a deal was cut with you in a business, I call that stealing.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah. Is that agreed upon in the contracts that they sign it with the collectives? That disciplinary things will warrant fines.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wish they would hurry up and hire the NFL to run college football, because their NFL has already worked out NIL for their guys. They don't call it NIL, but they've worked out salary caps. They've worked out negotiating the owners, which are the programs, and the labor, which are the players. And labor.
They worked out discipline.
They've worked out discipline. They've worked out playoffs without needing committees. They've worked out teams are determined by your record and tiebreakers, not committees. The NFL's done everything that college football is having to do. I would let the NFL's always looking for revenue sources. NFL should say, hey, we'll run and the NFL has a vested interest in college football. They have a vested interest in college football. Why wouldn't the NFL run? If you're college football, you say, hey, we'll give you $1 billion a year. Run it. You've done it. They've done it all. They've done salary caps. They've done players' union, which college football needs, a players' union, negotiating with the owners, which is the universities. They've done all that. They've done it all. I'm the only guy in the world that has figured that out. The NFL should run college football. Why not? What a great moneymaker for the NFL. What a great moneymaker.
Everything you just pointed to, I don't know what the negatives of that would be, but it's like it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Especially being a springboard right for these guys to go to the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're all connected. They're already super.
Uh-oh. Another one of those back roads. I'm also real curious. I know I'm bouncing subjects here. The NFL preseason doesn't do much for me, but I'm going to kind of pay attention a little bit to that new technology the NFL is going to come out with and practice. Supposedly, they've been working on something to replace the first down markers, which are the last bastion of just how is the NFL, as advanced as the NFL is, how have they not gotten rid of 2 poles with a 10-yard chain? I'm interested in that, and I'm interested to hear more about the fact that the NFL came out the first of the year. And Pat, remember, we had it on the show. It was really interesting then. It's going to be interesting. The NFL came out earlier in the year, and they said they've been experimenting with chips in footballs for several years in regular games. Now they're just looking at the data. Yeah, they didn't tell anybody.
How to incorporate it.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, wasn't it? They were like, "Yeah, we've had chips into footballs that are played in real games." Yeah, interesting. I'm gonna be real interested. Before the NFL has started to tackle this,
we won't. That yellow line on the television watching the game will be more accurate then as well.
There's one argument. There's at least one argument. There's at least one argument for the 2 old guys run out with the poles, hand them to the officials the old way. One argument is if it's just electronic, there's good drama in that. Both sides, both fan bases, when that marker is put down on the field and that referee starts to stretch it out, there's good drama right there.
Yeah,
not enough to keep. It's not enough to keep it though. But Patrick, I'm being honest. I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon here.
There's drama in tennis when a player challenges a call, just if the ball was in or out, and maybe there can be something with that where it's like the camera zooms in at the exact time where the player's knee was down, and it shows that they literally were like half an inch short or just got over it.
Yeah, but for years, well, let me back up. I have said this for a long time. I've jumped on this because I don't know why I saw it. 20 years ago, I started talking about how just barbaric it is the way nobody has figured out a way to replace 2 aluminum poles and a 10-yard chain. It's just mind-boggling, and people have tried. There have been people there was a stick that was used one time, a measuring stick kind of thing. There have been several attempts. The reason we still have 2 poles and a chain is because nobody in the world has figured out a better way yet. And the NFL, you could tell, that's a burr under their saddle. I think they sit there in New York and go, my God, as advanced as we are, isn't it embarrassing that that's still how we do it?
Could they use some lasers? Some lasers or something?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's where they're going with the chip. It won't be long, Patrick. I would guess
lasers.
No longer than 5 years from now. And you started hearing in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, man, they need to chip and have microchips in the ball and know exactly where it's at and did it cross the line and shoot a beam down the goal line and shoot. Right? We're not that far away from that, Patrick. You can tell. I would say we're 5 years away from the field being gridded, if that's a word, gridded out. Is that a word, gridded? Beams going
something
in there.
Something to take out human error. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
You know what today is, Terry, by the way?
Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday, but it also is July 16th.
And,
July 16th?
Yeah.
It's Prime Day, Terry.
It's Prime. Is that the Amazon thing?
Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't really do Amazon that much.
They have like a bunch of special sales on all types of things. Wow, you got called an infidel.
Just on this day?
I am a little worried that you might be infiltrating or a spy or something, the fact that you don't know what Prime Day is.
Is it just today out of the whole year, or is it a bunch of days?
Today and tomorrow.
Just these 2 days, all year is Prime Day.
I mean, there's obviously Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday and New Year's sales they're going to do.
You know what you sound like when you...
I mean, Amazon's taking the NFL example and trying to just make their own holidays.
You sounded like Jeff Dunham when you said I'm an infidel. One of his characters. You know Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist? You don't know Jeff Dunham? You know, with Walter and...
I've probably seen him before.
Yeah, he does the dummies, the ventriloquist. Walter? No?
I don't know, you pilgrim.
I will kill you. I will kill you. You've never seen Jeff Dunham, the comedian?
Never seen Jeff Dunham, you pilgrim.
I don't get that reference. What is that reference? You went
That's
John Wayne,
isn't it?
Yes, you went John Wayne on me.
Yeah, I went John Wayne on you.
So what do you do on?
I don't think I recognize this guy.
Jeff Dunham?
Maybe I've seen him before.
You don't see the little dummies that he does?
I see them. They look creepy. They look really creepy.
He's got a bunch of characters. Walter.
Oh, I like the mean old man.
Yeah,
that's Walter.
I've seen the mean old man before.
Yeah, that guy's great.
Looks like Paul Feinbaum.
He does look like Paul Feinbaum. He really does. And why don't you
Sarah,
tell?
Are you not gonna get on for? You know, you don't have to buy anything, but just get on there and look.
What's the deal?
Open the app. You might see something that you might want. That's
What's the benefit?
off.
There's got to be some benefit. It's Prime Day. What do you get for Prime Day? What's the catch?
I mean, there's so many sales. Everything's on sale. Even Amazon is on sale if you want to put in $1 trillion.
Interesting.
You got $1 trillion just hanging around somewhere, Sarah?
I don't.
That I don't know about.
I don't know. I paid bills about 2 weeks ago. I'm a little light on my millions. Light on my millions. Hey Pat, let's take a break. When we come back, let's wrap this thing up. How about that?
Start looking on only if you promise that you're going to be looking on with your advanced non-iPhone.
My Android.
Android. Yeah.
Prime is Amazon. Is that right?
Yes.
Prime's like the high-end Amazon. Or something.
No.
I don't know.
Terry, stop.
I don't care. Why do I care about Prime? I don't care.
It's just Amazon Prime. It's just like it's all the name, but they just dropped the Prime. It's just Amazon. And today is Prime Day. It's Amazon Prime Day. And then you got Prime Video.
Go to break. Let's just go to break while he's talking. Just go to break. We're coming back. Wrapping up the show on a Hurricanes Julian Creek Tuesday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show. Just go to break. Just go to break.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jax Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
All right, winding down on a kind of overcast Tuesday afternoon. Terry Norvelle hanging out here in the studio, Action Sports Jax studio. Patric Young is around as he's been driving me nuts today. Did I scare him off? I think I scared him off. Patric had an appointment. He's very big trooper for being on with us as he's traveling, coming back from his appointment. We appreciate you hanging out with us here today on a Tuesday. This is today was a special announcement. Hurricanes Jointon Creek is our new Tuesday location sponsor. In studio today, we're just working out some logistics over there. We'll be there every Tuesday. Speaking of our locations, tomorrow we will be at Twin Peaks, our Wednesday home. We're there all the time, and that will be our first on location, on the road broadcast of our new happy hour show. Looking forward to it. Come by, say hi. As a matter of fact, I was going to ask Patric if this was a good idea, but maybe I'll do this anyway. I tell you what, we're excited about our first ever happy hour show on location tomorrow at Twin Peaks. How about just the first 5 guys? First 5 people. First 5 people tomorrow during the show, 4 to 6. You just walk up, say hi, and your first 29-degree draft beer is on the show. We'll buy you a draft beer. First 5 people. Let me write that down here. First 5 free beer. How about that? By the way, I was at Twin Peaks today, checking on some logistics over there, and we've done our show over there every weekday during midday for a long time, and I was there a little bit later, so met a whole new group of girls. Different shift change kind of this afternoon. So I'm excited to meet a bunch of new people, good people over there. Will does a super job. Will and Jonathan, the managers at Twin Peak, they do a great job. And it's been a really nice addition to our restaurant community. If you don't know where it's at, 11982 is the physical address, 11982 Atlantic Boulevard. It is at the intersection of Atlantic and Kernan, right there, that busy intersection. One great thing about it, a million great things about it, but you'll really appreciate a ton of parking. Parking is not a problem, and our wonderful area here, it's a pretty good area where we live at, particularly if you are a little bit older and you're not looking for party life. But I'll tell you one thing, one of the issues with a lot of our parts of town is parking. And that's one thing at Twin Peaks, one of the great things about it. Huge parking lot. Parking is never an issue. So hope to see you tomorrow at Twin Peaks. If you can't do that, if you're in the beach area, Thursday our home is Sliders Oyster Bar down in Neptune Beach, and our Friday home is Bricks Jax Beach. I want to thank Jason Reynolds and his group, and of course the Wootons over at Sliders. We hope to have a Monday location announced soon, and that's kind of the way we like it. We like to take our show out with the people. Winding it down here, we'll get back together tomorrow. Remember now, first 5, just come up and say hi during the show between 4 and 6. Come up and say hi, and your first ice-cold 29-degree draft beer is on our show. We'll take that tab and have a good time. Kind of meet some new people. I know we got some new viewers, new people to the show, and we're glad to have you. Help us spread the show if you can when we send out our show rundowns via Facebook and all the different platforms. If you would do us a favor, do us a solid, and share those out. That helps us immensely as we go. All-Star game tonight. Paul Skeens will have a lot of eyeballs. It'll be the most watched inning he's thrown probably of his career now. He'll probably go 1 inning. He'll get the start, as he should. He'll get 1 inning, but big crowd tonight watching, and a lot of eyeballs watching because of Paul Skeens. He is the dominant story in the first half of Major League Baseball, and a lot of people haven't seen him because a lot of people heard about it, but at times now, a team like the Pirates can be hard to find. You know, they're not Sunday night all the time, and a lot of those games are predetermined. They're not on the marquee times, so if you haven't had a chance, tune in. You'll enjoy it. The flamethrower representing the Pittsburgh Pirates, he gets the start for the National League. Should be fun, and shame on me. I should have looked at the American League batting order to see who we will guarantee know that he will face. Shame on me, but you would think Judge is up there. So All-Star game tonight. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Enjoyed having you with us here on the Young and Norvelle Show, folks.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream same channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC.